Present simple. This tense is used frequently in English. In this lesson, we'll start by looking at how to form present simple tense, and then we'll look at when to use it. At the end of the lesson, there'll be a couple of activities to allow you to put your knowledge into practice. There are two basic structures for the use of present simple. One is used for positive sentences, and the second structure is used for negatives and questions. Let's start by taking a closer look at the first structure. When we write a positive sentence, we add the subject followed by the main verb in its present simple conjugation. Here are some sentences in present simple with the main verb read. I read, you read, he, she, it reads, we read, they read. The only thing we need to remember is to add an S or an ES, depending on the word, for third person singular. Now let's look at the second structure. When we write a negative or a question in present simple, we need to include the auxiliary verb do, conjugated to match the subject. Here are some examples of negatives in present simple with the main verb sing. I do not sing, you do not sing, he, she, it does not sing, we do not sing, they do not sing. Unlike when we're writing positives, we always use the base form of our main verb. The auxiliary verb do is conjugated, changing for third person singular. When forming a question, we place the do or does before the subject. For example, do I run? Do you run? Does he, she, it run? Do we run? Do they run? Using the verb to be is not quite as simple as this. Look at these positive sentences. I am a teacher. You are a student. She is happy. We are friends. They are young. When using the verb to be within a negative or a question, we don't use an auxiliary verb. For negatives, we conjugate the verb be and then add the word not. For example, I am not a teacher. She is not happy. They are not young. For questions, we just change the word order. We begin with the conjugation of be, followed by the subject. For example, are you a student? Is she happy? Are we friends? Let's now look at when we use present simple. We use it when something is always true. For example, plants need sun. The sky is blue. We use present simple for habits and repeated actions. For example, we go to the beach every summer. She sings in a choir. Present simple is also used for situations thought to be more or less permanent. For example, she drives a red car. I like tomatoes. Present simple is used for instructions and directions. Take the third exit. Boil the water. It's also used in first conditional and zero conditional. For example, if it is sunny, I will go to the beach. You make mistakes if you rush. Present simple is not usually used for actions happening now, but in some situations, for very short actions, it can be. Sport commentators often use present simple. For example, Lewis passes to his left. The referee blows his whistle. Now it's time for a few activities. Complete these positive sentences using the verbs provided. Pause here while you work. Let's check how you went. Mark and Jez live together. Amy goes fishing every week. She sleeps with a fan on. The student is new. Now try changing these positive sentences into negative sentences. Pause here while you work. How did you go? Mark and Jez do not live together. Amy does not go fishing every week. She does not sleep with a fan on. The student is not new. Now complete these negative sentences using the verbs provided. Pause here. You do not live here. They are not tall enough to ride. Dan does not like waves. I am not alone. Now write a question to match each of these sentences. For example, the first question would be, do you live here? Pause here. How did you go? Are they tall enough to ride? Does Dan like waves? Am I alone? Our final activity. In the comments below, use present simple to write a positive statement and a negative statement about yourself. Also write a question for others to answer. EasyTeaching.net